Okay. Well, it says I'm live. We hope so. I'll get in here and get started this Sunday morning. Hopefully, everybody will jump in here and start chatting and everything, and we'll get this thing rolling. I'm loving this fall weather and everything. I'm going to take me a swig of my Sprite to clear out my voice a little bit. Hopefully. Let me get this camera situated to the max. I don't know which way I need to set. This way, that way, that way. Trying to center myself on the screen a little bit. I'm wearing a new hat that I just picked up. I got this up at the Carolina Freight Museum, or the C. Greer Beam Museum, in other words. But I did some volunteer work this week. I helped Stan and his wife out. Barbara and I went up and worked the museum so they could take some time off. They had some unexpected friends that dropped in, and they wanted to be able to entertain them. So Barbara and I went up and did that work and did that and got everything rocking and rolling for them. And I bought me a hat while I was up there. So that's the nice red hat. It says, as you can see, the Truck Museum on it. So this is C. Greer Beam Truck Museum. It's dedicated to Mr. Beam. Him and his brother started Carolina Freight Carriers, which is no longer in business. That's defunct now. It got bought out by ABF, but for 50 something years, it was a major carrier on the East Coast and everything. So that's what that's all about. Not getting a lot of players in here this morning yet, so kind of hanging out and everything. I hope some people will pop in here, and hopefully we'll get some things started. Here comes some more people in. Nobody's chatting yet, but I see some people clicking in. So just kind of get things rocking and rolling. Try to let me get my sweatshirt situated here. I'm all wrinkled up here on the screen. Look like I'm unironed. Of course, I guess I am. I'm unshaven and everything this morning. I jumped up here. I'm like some of these other guys that are on YouTube. I don't have my clean shaved face this morning. I decided just to stay gruffy and rough it. So I got my gray beard showing and that sort of stuff. But hopefully we can get some people in here to chat in just a few minutes. There's Jamie. Okay. Hey, Jamie, how are you? I was looking for Jamie. Yeah. We get ourselves situated here. But I've had a busy week. Jim and I, we worked on the new to me bulldozer that I got. I didn't get a new one. I got a older bulldozer that I'm trying to straighten up my collar here. I got a Cat, I believe it's a 951C. I believe that's right. Oh, you're driving. You're in Nashville, Tennessee right now? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, be careful driving there. Yeah, be careful driving. Yeah, I was thinking about you the other day, Jamie. Started to mention it to him. Let me ask you online here while I'm thinking of it. The museum up there, and I know you deal with a lot of museums and everything else. They've got the white. They got some big brick columns up there on the front of the museum, and on the inside of the wall, they're getting a white scaly film, like, I guess you might say, that's coming on the wall. And I've, of course, they clean it off just about every day, they say, so it doesn't build up. But it's like, looks like chalk. I guess it's a white chalky film that comes up on the brick. And they say it's because of water leaching through, and it's getting into I guess, the lime of the brickwork or whatever, and then staining that brick on the inside. Um, I didn't know if you knew of a remedy for stuff like that. And if you're back in this area, I'll have to take you up there and show you. Because I'm on the board now. I'm on the board of the Truck Museum. I'm the newly elected board member of the Carolina Freight, or the C. Greer Beam Truck Museum. So I'm the newest board member. And so I may have to get you in here just to let you look at that one day. If you're sliding back through this area sometime, I'll have to get you to look at it and see what you think about it, and see what kind of. I think they got. I don't know if they got a roof leak. It may be leaking back on the fascia somewhere in there. I don't know. It's on the. It faces east, so when the sun comes up, the sun hits it early in the morning, directly. And I don't know exactly how to explain it, but anyway, they got, like I said, they got these big brick columns type, and it'll leach that white chalk looking look. You know what I'm talking about, through to this on the museum. But maybe, of course, this is a museum that doesn't have a lot of money. I can tell you, they're not a well funded museum. It's a good museum. They got a lot of nice stuff in it, but it was a family, originally family owned, and of course the family is kind of, they don't want to have to be taken out of their pocket all the time to keep it going. So they're making, I guess, it's a nonprofit. Yeah, well, I had to get you to stop by, Jamie. Yeah, I'll let you look at it. They've been cleaning it and working on it and everything else. And Stan, the guy that is the curator of the museum, he's a builder by trade anyway, so he knows a lot of stuff. And he's been working on it, because he didn't build the building. He's just been trying to repair the building and trying to make it as sustainable as it can be. But that was brought up in their meeting that I was in, the first meeting I go to, and I started to mention you, but they were talking about what they were doing to solve the problem and everything, and I didn't want to butt in too much. But I'll have Stan. We'll get in there one day, and I'll show you what it's all about next time you're up this way. You give me a call. You give me a call when you're in this area, and I can ride back through. You need to come back through to see me in Cherryville anyway, don't you? Yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody's having a good morning. Like I said, I'm loving this fall weather. I can get out on the dozer and not burn myself up too. The only thing, that the yellow jackets are still out there. I hit some yellow jackets, and I got an open cab. It's not like my skid steer and my other pieces of equipment, tool cat and all that. When I hit yellow jackets and everything, I don't worry about them, because I got an enclosed cab. This is an open cab dozer, well, loader. It's a track loader. I keep calling it a dozer. It's really not a bulldozer. It's a track loader. It's got the bucket, which I like better anyway, because to me that's more versatile. I can do all the scraping I want to with a regular dozer. I can put a dozer blade on my tractor and my skid steer and everything else. I've got dozer blades if I just want to do that. But I'd rather have a loader, a big loader. To me, this is more versatile for what I need down here on the farm, because usually loading up things and digging out stuff is what I need more than I do going in and just pushing something off, and this gives me the strength and something to work with and everything. Well, what are you guys up to? I know Jamie's on the road. Hey, Chris, how are you? Yeah, yeah. How are you this morning, Chris? I hadn't seen many videos, so you must have been busy. You must be. Have you been to any auctions? I was at an auction just 2 weeks ago. Picked up uh, an '06 King Ranch. Yeah, that was a truck that cost an '06. I bet you when that thing was new, I bet you it was still an '06. I bet you that thing probably sold for $50,000 new. Yeah, right now it's not worth too much, is it? How bad junked is it? Is it just a whole lot of miles, or is it a diesel, or is it a gas? Oh man. So somebody ratted you out to the state for doing what? Getting to get permits on what, a building you're building? Uh, for junking. Oh, good gracious. I tell you what, there's always jealous people out there. There's always jealous people, that's for sure. I mean, you can get you can you can't have more than 3 non-running cars without a conditional use permit. Wow, that's pretty strict out there out in the. I mean, you're out in the country, aren't you? I, that's almost like an HOA type thing. Tell you what, the government maybe some of the environmental stuff they're trying to cut down some of this government environmental stuff. Maybe they'll lighten up on some of this. That's why so many people move off. Oh yeah, they're looking for some tax money, are they? So, well, how are you able to junk cars if you can't collect junk cars? Are they expecting you to get a permit for a junkyard or salvage yard? Yeah. Well, I know that's crazy. I don't understand. I don't understand the logic behind that. I mean, looks like you ought to be permitted to do what you're doing. Of course, like you say, there's always a group of people. Oh, they want to know about the tire disposal and antifreeze, et cetera. Okay, I got you. I got you. I know. So, in other words, the salvage process of not process. So the salvage process, they want to be able to monitor that. So, in other words, they want to be able to go in and check, make sure that you don't have fluids leaching into the groundwater and stuff like that. So they're trying to make sure that you're not environmentally destroying any property out there. I guess. Is that am I right on that, Chris? I mean, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like, yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the all the chemicals and everything else, and the GMO seed and everything they put in the ground, and everything else they do like that. Then they're worried about you with uh, a quart of oil, I guess you might say. I mean, it's picky. It's picky and crappy sometimes what some of these agencies want you to do, and they'll let other things go. Yeah, yeah. They want you to they want they want you to join the "I'm going to be taxed to death" club. That's what they want you to join. They want you to. I tell you, it's something. It's something. I might take another drink here. Yeah, they I guess they're worried to death that you're going to step on somebody's toes out there, or I guess somebody online probably was worried that you were stepping on somebody's toes. I mean that's the thing that happens. Uh, people people will see things online, and then they're jealous of the fact that maybe you've made $1, and they're going to say, "Well, I'll turn him in, so I'll feel good that he can't make that dollar." That's what you got. You got a lot of mindset out there of people doing that. Mm. Yeah. Well, just hang in there and don't get shut down, and get what permits you have to get by. And I know you'll be able to do what you can do. But yeah, it's terrible that people can be that way. Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there's always the person that wants to stop entrepreneurs. I mean, I have I've run into that before myself, and they want to show you all the obstacles, or make sure that you run into obstacles so you can be deterred from doing anything. They don't want you to be inventive and say, I think I can do this X, Y, or Z and make this or build this, maybe even for the betterment of people. They don't want you doing that unless you get their permission. I mean, everything we do nowadays, we almost have to have the blessing or the permission of somebody who has not got any initiative to do anything. Yeah. Well, I mean, just keep yourself uh, one step ahead of them, and you'll be okay. I mean, that's what you have to do. I mean, uh, I got something in my eye over here. I hate it when I get that. I get your eyes are precious. I know from losing my sight in this one. Oh, okay. So you've hired the surveyors, did the paperwork, paid the fees. Well, and that's what they want you to do. Paying the fees is the main thing in the government's eyes. It's how they can get money out of you. I always kind of like to jab back at them a little bit, because I've been able to catch my government in ways uh, that I get to go back at them and say, no, that's not what we agreed upon. I've had to do that with the city over here. Uh, we've had some land use situation where we permitted the city to go across part of our property, but with that point when we needed access to some of the facilities, we were able to obtain that without additional fees. And I've had to call them out on that a couple of times because I've uh, I've done that. I've had to do some sewer taps, and they wanted some of them in the city. Well, we have to charge you this, this, and this. And I go, no, no, no. I'm grandfathered in. I'm grandfathered in, and I'll show you the paperwork. And I've learned that you always get the paperwork. You don't ever do a handshake. You do a handshake, the guy that you shook his hands won't be in the government, and you won't have him to back you up the time, when the time comes that you need it. And I've run into that too. I ran into that with some things dealing with my father's land. But you've got to learn to tiptoe around certain things, and then have your, other words, like a lawyer told me one time years ago. I had a case where I had rented a leased a building, and the guy had it was leaking on me and everything, and I had the clause where I could get out, and then the guy tried to sue me for the lease, and I proved my point in court. And the thing about it was, the old lawyer that he had was really arguing and arguing, really looked like he was putting on a compelling case against me. And my lawyer was sitting back just as relaxed as he could be. And I told him, I said, man, that guy really, really going to town and everything. He said, let me explain to you, Mike. He said, when you got the facts, you argue the facts. He said, we got the facts. He said, and when you don't have the facts, all you can do is argue like hell. And he said, that's what he's doing. And that was a good lesson for me. We won the case. I always remember that. And I always appreciate that lawyer kind of setting me straight. Yeah. Yeah. You get into that situation sometimes, and you've got to have if you can obtain the facts, you keep your facts and your records straight of what you're doing, then you're always, I mean, you don't always pull them out. I mean, I got a lot of files and everything else that I have, set back. If I ever need them, I've got them. I don't pull them out until I need them. And that I've had to do that with city government around here, county government, a few other things. And I always try to make sure that I get the facts. And always, when you're dealing with the government, always get it in writing. Like I said, don't ever have a gentleman's agreement with any government official that would say, oh yeah, that will be fine. We'll do this. If this ever arises, don't worry about it. Blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. Don't do that. You do something like that, you're asking for trouble. Always make sure that you've got your facts in writing, and signed and in writing. When you have that, and a lot of people don't want to give you that. Oh, well, don't worry about that. We'll be fine. All that sort of stuff. No, insist on that. When you know it might be something in your favor, whether it's bill of sales, whatever, agreements, bill of sales, anything to do with property, you make sure that you have it in writing. Don't assume that you've got a gentleman's agreement, because you know what they say about the word assume. That means you made an ass out of you and me. So when you spell that out, but that's kind of the way I deal with government and things like that. I mean, fortunately I've not had too many run-ins like that, but I've had a few over the past 74 years. So you always want to have your facts, have your facts straight. And I've had the other situation too, where I've been told something, and I thought that was the truth, and they would listen to me. And then you say, well, so and so, Well, no, if we don't have it in writing, we can't go along with it. If you can't prove it, then or they'll say, "Oh no, that's not the way it is." Uh, they will they will hold you to the line, and so oh me, get a little runny nose here. Uh, but you know that's the way it is. Well, I hope your government stuff comes out okay, Chris. I mean, I know it's tough to deal with that sometimes, but you know, you can filter through it pretty good. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, I have been congested up pretty good. I'm not going to sit here and talk a whole lot today. I've kind of said a little bit. Hadn't said much of anything, but I'm gonna cut it short. A bunch of the regulars must be busy today, so I'm going to cut it short. Me and Chris had a good conversation, and I'm gonna get on out of here because I'm kind of congested. I've been hoarse the past 3 or 4 days, and the more I talk, the hoarser I get. So I'm gonna before I get too far along here, I'm gonna kind of cut it short today and kind of hold my breath a little bit. All right, well, y'all take care, and I'll catch you later.